the blame game. When it comes to cures, we can all almost in this sense show up feeling like it's magic, in that I don't need to learn how to use it properly to get results, which means when it doesn't work, I can blame it. But that actually is doesn't serve us, doesn't serve people getting the best results in their life. And it's shifting from looking at things as cures to looking at things as tools. Does this tool work? Is this tool right? And I kind of have this framework for looking at things and blaming things in the proper order. And the first question I ask is, am I even willing to try this? Is it even worth my time, or is it even something I want to do and put my energy into? Because if I'm not willing to fully commit to the process, then I'm doing myself a disservice. Because I'm not actually going to be willing to take the steps or take the time to actually see if this thing works for me or not. It's just a figment of chance. And then once I've answered that question as a yes, I'm willing to try it. The second one is doing it long enough. Because if I only do things for one time or a week or just a little bit, I don't actually get enough feedback or knowledge in order to see if this thing actually works. The amount of awareness and knowledge comes simply from doing something consistently or taking something consistently. That it's amazing, just that thing. If you just do that, so much of the process becomes so much easier because the amount of time has been taken. The third question, so I kind of do these in series. The third question is, do I have all the ingredients? The same way a cake needs flour, eggs, milk, an oven. If you remove one thing, then it's not going to come together. The same is true for taking a going exercise or a hormetic type drug. Exercise is a hormetic type intervention where you work out, but if you don't have proper diet or nutrition or nutrients, the body isn't going to be able to rebuild itself. So that exercise isn't actually going to be able to get those results. The fourth is, am I using it right? Taking too much or too little something, baking a cake with too much heat or too little heat will burn it or leave it doughy. And that's true for like taking turmeric. Taking too much turmeric is actually an inflammatory. But taking the right amount of turmeric is an anti-inflammatory. Understanding that. Which leads us to the fifth one, which is, am I using it right for me? There's standard dosages and there's standards practices. But where in that box, or you might even be a little bit outside of that box, is what works for you. Because one person's ideal amount is another person's toxic dose. Meaning that what one person takes could work splendidly amazing, but what the next person takes could actually be toxic for them. And understanding this is a huge light bulb moment of, oh, that's why it's not working. And then the sixth is it even right for me? And after we've done all these other questions, this really leads us to the final answer, which is, does this work for me? Because some constitutions just don't work, or there's just not a vibe. And that's the beauty of life. There's a lot of different ways to solve problems. And once we start to realize that, you'll like hunger. You can cook a multitude of different ways. You can cook Chinese food. You can cook Mexican food. You can cook Indian food. You can just make a sandwich. There's so many ways to solve the same problem that when we open ourselves up, it allows us to find the taste that works for us and also the constitution. Some people, they hate the taste of cilantro, or they're allergic to a specific ingredient that is a staple of a certain food style. And so they will just avoid that food style because they are finding what works for them. And when we allow ourselves to work through this process, it actually becomes a discovery process. It switches us from blind gambling for results to learning about ourselves and what works for you.